Good morning, everybody. Or good evening, good evening, good evening. Sorry I'm late to my own show, but I had to get my life together, and that porch got to get done. So that's how I go. Anyway, this is the Neff Knows podcast, and I'm your host and only nephew. Oh man, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's September what 2nd? Moving right on out of 2019, and football season is back, live and direct. And what we got to look forward to? I mean, we got a lot to look forward to. So let's get right into it, though. Before I hop right into what I want to talk about today, let's shout out to our city, Birmingham, Alabama, Legion Field. Did big numbers this past Thursday when they played Alabama State. Biggest turnout in a long time at the Legion Field for something that we put on. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to UAB, Alabama State, and UAB actually came out with the win or whatnot. It was looking ugly early, and looking ugly late. But shout out to Bill Clark and that UAB Blazer team. Shout out to the whole city of Birmingham, man, for just putting on a show and making it look good. And hopefully we can get in some, in some seasons to come, Alabama and UAB at Legion Field or whatnot. But shout out, like I said, shout out to our city, man. I got a little something I want to do for another cat, that puts the show on his back, you know what I'm saying, and he makes sure he lets everybody know that, so shout out to Chino G at the Drip Mobile Detail. Y'all make sure y'all hit Chino G up at 205-37. I can't tell you what Chino G number is, but it's there on the screen or whatnot. But Drip Mobile Detail, they'll come to you. You need your car clean, wax, shampooed, anything. Chino G, they'll come to you. You ain't got to go to the car wash. You ain't got to be, if you busy, just contact Chino G. You know what I'm saying? And Chino G going to get you right. That's Drip Mobile Detail, man. I don't know why. Mississippi, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, shout out to Chino G, man. We're going to leave it at that. But anyway, man, let's get right into some real-life football, man. First of all, I want to talk about Tennessee and the embarrassment that they put on for the whole community, you know what I'm saying? But Tennessee and for the whole SEC, honestly, you honestly want to say and do whatever. Jeremy Pruitt he's not the fact. Nobody wants to play at Tennessee. That's first. Second of all, due to the fact, Tennessee has been garbage here for the past 5-10 years, and nothing's changed about that. So bringing Jeremy Pruitt in, the people didn't want Garishano, right? They wanted T. Martin as the head coach. And we got Jeremy Pruitt. Jeremy Pruitt was down in Hoover and on that Hoover staff when Bill Clark and Prattville was beating up on them for championships and whatnot. So honestly, let's give the Tennessee Volunteers what they want. They wanted T. Martin. Jeremy Pruitt has a long. Tennessee's gonna have a long year. Georgia State coming off a 2-10 season, and they walk right into Tennessee and knock them off. But let me tell you, I honestly believe Jeremy Pruitt, before or after the UAB game, will be gone from Tennessee because they play BYU next, right? And that game can go either way. Then they play Chattanooga, and in the Chattanooga game, I mean, you can't mark Tennessee off and say, oh, we'll blow that game out. It's some questions around the whole university. You know what I'm saying? So then after the Chattanooga game, then they got a gauntlet. They got to run the SEC gauntlet. So you got the SEC gauntlet. You got a trip to the Swamp. Then you got to go to Georgia. Then Mississippi State. Then a trip to Tuscaloosa. And then South Carolina. You might stroll into this UAB game 1-6, 1-7, 2-6. You can't really trust that right now. So like all I'm saying is if Tennessee is looking for the future, because strolling to the UAB game 2-6, I believe UAB will beat them. And UAB comes to Knoxville. But that's later on in the season. This is what I'm saying. Jeremy Pruitt, he might not be on the hot seat, but the Tennessee Volunteers and Jeremy Pruitt, that relationship will not last the rest of the year. And that's all I can say about that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to show y'all something else too, man, because I get parched. But the call-in line works. You know what I'm saying? So you want to try it out today, I'm all for down to trying it. But I guess we can talk Heisman, Jalen Hurts. I mean, because that's the big topic of the day, Jalen Hurts. And everybody wants to put Jalen Hurts on this pedestal, but he had a nice game last night. I mean, they also played Houston, and a lot of people saying, well, Houston's not a slouch. I get that. Houston's not a slouch. But Jalen Hurts not the only quarterback that had a good showing, and as a transfer or a freshman quarterback, you know what I'm saying? So I just that it looks like the Jalen Hurts from 2017. That's the same Jalen Hurts got his spot took. I mean, we have not seen Jalen Hurts throw the football. I mean, he had a good outing last night. Don't get it wrong. He had a great outing last night. He went 20 for 23, 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. And his 3 touchdowns through the air came out busted plays, like busted defensive plays. I mean, you can't fault him for taking advantage of it, but you can fault him for, I mean, his stats looked good. Tua's looked better. And the only reason Jalen conversation is better than any other quarterback, any other transfer or rookie quarterback from this past weekend is because he ran. But when are we going to get to see Jalen Hurts throw the football? I mean, and have a real slacking. I mean, they only Oklahoma really plays 2 ranked teams this year, and that's Iowa State and Texas or whatnot. But by the time they get to them, they might not be ranked, or they might not be, especially Iowa State, because of that showing they gave away against Iowa. That was terrible. But anyway, what I'm saying is Jalen Hurts had a decent showing. We're always talking, how we want to hand it to him now? He did this in 2017. He did this his rookie year in Alabama, running the ball. I want to see polished Jalen Hurts. The Jalen Hurts from, oh, look at that. I want to see the Jalen Hurts from the SEC title game when he came in and he put Bama on his back and he beat Georgia with his arm. That's the Jalen Hurts I want to see. That's the Jalen Hurts everybody wants to see, because what it looks like, Jalen just ran to a weaker conference, a weaker division, and has some weak opponents. I mean, if you're building your team around Jalen Hurts, if Jalen Hurts, we just say, do you really feel Jalen Hurts is first round quarterback draft pick? No, nobody's gonna draft him on no quarterback tip. Nobody. I don't get where we stand with the whole, Jalen Hurts here, Jalen Hurts for Heisman. Jacob Eason had a good game. He had a good game. 27 for 36, 349 yards, 4 touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa, I can't call his name out, but Tua, 26 for 31, 4 TDs, and but they played Duke. So why? It's not even a why. It's just you ask me, Tua had a better outing throwing the ball. His passer rating was higher. Tua had a better. Jacob Eason had a better outing throwing the ball. Thank you, I appreciate that. It just, it's too much. Jalen Hurts, don't get me wrong. Jalen Hurts ranked 16 carries for 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns on the whole 6 touchdowns on the whole day for Jalen and whatnot. But they only played Houston, right? He made all that noise in the first half. The game was never close. It was never close. It was 35-10 for the longest. And then all of a sudden, Houston started battling back. But battling back to what? So my thing is, we're ready to give Jalen Hurts the Heisman Trophy of one showing. One showing, really? Let's talk Justin Fields. Because he transferred from Georgia to Ohio State, and once again, going to a weaker conference, and where no defense is getting played. He had 18 for 25, 234 yards. All his touchdowns came in the first quarter. Did he have a better slacking than Jalen Hurts in the first half? We're ready to give Jalen Hurts the Heisman Trophy because his stats looked better than any other quarterback stats because of the run. All the rest of the quarterbacks that were put into that point, it was one game, right? One game isn't enough, man. And y'all can come in and I read the comments and everything. So, y'all make sure y'all come in and like and subscribe and hit that share button, all that good stuff like that. But I don't think one game and where do we go? No, indeed not. Where do we go from, how do we get, I can still root for Jalen? No, you can't. Not if you represent that Crimson Tide. You can't root for Jalen. Bo Nix for Heisman. If that makes you happy, Christian. He said Felipe Frank. Week 1, week 0, all the quarterbacks look like they had a long off season. And then eventually they turned it on just like that. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a lot of criticism from week 0 with Felipe Franks and how terrible he looked and yada, yada, yada. He had 236 yards and all that good stuff. That's cool. That's understandable. But Felipe Franks is a junior. I agree with everybody. I agree with a lot. But what I'm saying, far as it goes by Felipe Franks, he's not a Jalen Hurts. He's not a Jacob Eason. He's just a Felipe Franks, and he's got to mature in the mind. But he'll never win a Heisman Trophy. He's not even top 5 quarterbacks at Florida, and that's just being real, Shout out to them. Anyway, so Bo Nix, let's talk Bo Nix. But does Bo Nix get any kind of recognition? He was subpar until the last 10 minutes of the game, maybe. To the fourth quarter. Bo Nix was subpar until the fourth quarter. Late third, fourth quarter, but you can't really say Bo Nix Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing that type of stuff. So, I like I said, I don't feel Jalen Hurts one game can determine, he's ready to be the Heisman and all that other stuff like that. He hasn't had no competition, and we seen this same Jalen in Alabama just running the ball. That's what got his spot took because he couldn't throw. So when the throwing comes about, is it gonna be all about Jalen or not? Whatever. I'm not buying the whole, oh, Jalen did this and Jalen did that and blah, 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 blah. You know, and I'm getting phone calls as the show go on and stuff like that. But so what y'all got, man? Had a little small something put together for y'all. I ain't had too much in that. Let's see. We're gonna read a couple of comments and make sure we can get all that done. He said he showed great poise in the second for a true freshman after 2 interceptions. But y'all was ready to write him off in the second quarter. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. And we talking Bo Nix. The most I seen and come off Facebook out of text messages, phone calls and stuff, Bo Nix ain't gonna be the one, man. We need to put Gatewood in the game. You didn't even give him 4 quarters of play. 2 quarters of play, and he had a couple turnovers in the offensive line. One doing remotely their job, and you can say the defense was sleepwalking too. So you get to a point where Bo Nix finally settled in and started playing. Oh, that's my quarterback right there. So I mean, we flip flopping, right? Now we flip flopping. This is my quarterback, Felipe Franks. I'm ready for him to graduate. I'm ready to see something different. I just don't. He don't have it. In the games we win this year will be with the defense and the run game, and that's my opinion. As far as it goes by quarterbacks, but quarterbacks, we talking Jalen Hurts and Heisman conversations, blah blah blah. Like I said, if Jalen Hurts is the one that we are already one game saying that he's Heisman worthy, he still's got to play Texas. He's got to play Iowa State. I want to see him better keep up with Texas Tech, and it's going to be a lot of scoring in that game, you know. And then he still got the playoffs. What the playoffs, then the Big Ten championship, the Pac-12. It's just so much in the middle of this, to the point of saying, can Jalen Hurts, of all people, Jalen Hurts the runner, we want to see Jalen Hurts the quarterback. If Jalen Hurts the quarterback can perform like this weekend in and weekend out, throwing the ball, then yeah, I can Jalen Hurts for Heisman. But then you gotta look at Jacob Eason, and he been waiting patiently. It's his time now. So Washington's ranked too. They got a decent schedule. It's nothing like the SEC play, but we're gonna get to see what's this and what's that, you know. But I just don't see Jalen Hurts, Heisman. That conversation should not be a part of anything right now. That's just my thing. I got y'all lined up in here one at a time and whatnot. And don't nobody got a question for me. Do anybody got anything for me? Football conversations will be Thursday morning. We talk NFL Thursday. This is another, because like, you know, the way the weekend was set up, you know, like you got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Louisville and Notre Dame kick off the night. Just like, man, I can't keep hopping in and hopping out and reporting and all that other stuff. But I did like Jalen Hurts showing last night. I also like Jacob Eason this weekend. He looked good. I also like Justin Fields, and he showed out in the first quarter, and then he looked good. And Bo Nix had a good second half, and he did what he was supposed to do. I think Auburn has a promising situation. Oh, that was hard to say that. I think he said, do you think Gus play calling kept them out of the game most of the part? Gus play calling is trash. Gus play calling, and I mean, he, like you said, he also has a true freshman on in what he has to do, you know. So far as it go by Gus and his play calling, he really couldn't tell you. I mean, he see him in practice, he seen him in springtime and all that good stuff like that. So, you know, far as it go by his play calling, he really had to figure out what he can do, you know, in a game time situation, because it's you can't touch the quarterback, right? In practice. you know, and the atmosphere changes from just hype, hey, you know what I'm saying, into real time action. And Oregon, don't get me wrong, Oregon played not to lose, or played not to lose, but Gus did take them out of the game with the mediocre play calling in the first half. Like I said, in the second, late third and fourth quarter on down, Gus really had let Knicks off the chain, and it you know, at one point of time it was looking like it was too late for that, you know. But like I said, I mean, all in all, Auburn's gonna win some games this year, and they're gonna look good. They're gonna win some games this year. Beating Alabama, that might be a conversation to talk about a little later on, you know what I'm saying? And Alabama got some question marks too, you know, and Tua gonna do what Tua's gonna do. I mean, all he gotta do is throw it up, and he's got some of the best weapons. He got some of the best offensive talent, weapons around him that he don't have to really put it in a precise spot. You know, you just throw it up in the air and I'm gonna go get it. You know, he's 6'6", 6'7". He said they're gonna beat Brian Sewell said they're gonna beat Florida. Shout out to you, Brian, for your little comment. If you think that, I'm all for it. I got you. Cool. You come on over and we watch the game together. I like that. It's gonna be all right, though. We're gonna go live right after the game anyway, so it don't matter. Anyway, what else you got for me? You ain't got nothing sleepwalking. I feel ain't that right? Ain't that wrong with that. Oklahoma might make the playoffs. It won't be because, I mean, Oklahoma also going to have to develop some defense, because that game was 35-10 second quarter, and then they finished the game 42-31, something like that. I mean, you got to play catch-up. Don't get me wrong, playing catch-up is good, but they don't play no defense in that conference, so I can't get into it because there's no defense being played. You know, just throw the ball in the air, and now you got Jalen Hurts, the runner, instead of Jalen Hurts, the passer. So, you know, that's all I can do is just watch. He's definitely not Heisman conversation right now. And do you want to call anybody name? Call Bo Nix. Call Jacob Eason. Call Felipe Franks. I mean, just can't. Jalen had a good time, but one game ain't gonna make it. So, y'all ain't had nothing for me. I ain't had nothing for y'all either. That's all I wanted to talk about for real. It's that Jalen Hurts conversation. Louisville and Notre Dame tonight. I think I'm going to take Louisville in the upset. I just don't feel Notre Dame is that damn good to be, first of all, to be ranked 9. I mean, we were ranked 8, but ranked 9? Nah, I think I'm going to take Louisville in the upset. If you got your money down, bring me my money to work tonight. That's all I got for real, man. I just, you know, my big show will be coming Thursday. I got to go out of town Friday, so won't be a show Friday, nor Saturday, nor Sunday. I won't be back till Monday. So Thursday morning, evening, 12 o'clock, Never Knows podcast, and hopefully we have more to talk about. I'm Neff, and I'm out. Y'all be safe. Appreciate you. Yo. I'm going to come back because somebody else had a comment, and I ain't see that until just then. I appreciate you pulling back up. He said, Kelly Mine. I I didn't see Kellen Mond this weekend. I really didn't pay Texas A&M no attention this weekend, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kellen Mond has been at Texas A&M what, 3 years now. I mean, if you're gonna step out in the open and get it done, let's get it done. Other than that, not Kellen Mond. I mean, Kellen Mond might be in Heisman competition. This Saturday, he gets to prove a whole lot. And the reason I say that is they play Clemson Saturday. So Kellen Mond out. That'll be for the Thursday show. We'll talk college football, NFL, all that good stuff. Friday morning, probably got 2 hours. Probably got about an hour and a half, something like that. I have a better situation put together. I was kind of tired this morning. But Kellen Mond, this Thursday, I would talk Kellen Mond, Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, Texas A&M. You asked me, he said, who wins? I take A&M. And that's nice. That's nice. That's because I didn't want to really go into that right there. The reason I honestly think Dabo just knows. He said, I'm pulling up Sunday. Okay, cool. I would be actually, you pull up Monday or something like that, because I'll be out of town. I'm actually got houses in Jacksonville I'm looking at this weekend, so I had to come back because I had seen a comment and I said I'm looking down at all this good stuff like that. But Texas A&M beats Clemson this weekend, and let me give you a real reason why I say that. Okay, Dabo knew what to expect. Tua was hurt, right? Over Clemson. Exactly. Did you see Clemson's opener against a scrub team? Did you see Trevor Lawrence? Did you see A&M? That's what Jimbo Fisher had. Jimbo Fisher, they did not give Jimbo Fisher all of this money to say, hey, we just want to be mediocre. No, the ceiling is a little bit higher. Auburn couldn't get it done 2 years back to back. So you send Kellen Mond, Heisman candidate, in front of Trevor Lawrence, and Texas A&M gonna play defense. No, the most important thing to look at from this past weekend, and all these quarterbacks throwing up these good numbers and these 6 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, all this, and making it good. No defense was getting played either. So I can just go out there and say, oh, freshman, let me throw it up in the air. The only real test came from this weekend was Bo Nix. Right. From Bo Nix in the third quarter when he was battling back. That's the only defense and offensive struggle you really seen this whole weekend. And in the weekend before that, you didn't see any defense with the Florida and Miami, because Florida played the majority of the defense, but Felipe Franks gave Miami majority of their offense, of their touchdowns. Those touchdowns come off Felipe Franks' insecurities and immaturities. You see what I'm saying? BJ said something. I didn't even see BJ say anything. Let me see what BJ said. Y'all almost had me going. But anyway, I'm going to take, and I'm going to call it right now. Texas A&M beats Clemson Saturday. And if anybody in the SEC is looking at this, you want that to happen. You don't want Clemson to go undefeated and walk all the way to the championship just because Auburn couldn't get that done 2 years back to back. You want Texas A&M to win, beat Clemson, because Clemson now has to fight to get to the show instead of Clemson just being in the middle of the show. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference in that. You don't want to root against them, even though you want Texas A&M. You want Texas A&M to beat Clemson. Then you got to come back. Then Auburn has to come back and beat Texas A&M. They on the rise. Jimbo Fisher knows Dabo. He said everybody getting played. Everybody getting paid to play. I mean, over in California, Christian, over in California, them guys can they can use their name and be able to sell their name and make that money. That's in Cali though. Weed legal in Cali, you know. So give it a little time and everybody if you want the college football to come back, everybody, all 50 states have to do what California's done for these players. So right now, I mean, if you're getting paid to play, I mean, you don't think Bo Nick, you don't think Cam Newton took money? Pop did. There was a big investigation about it now. Everybody getting paid to play. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing as there's no money getting tossed around. Everybody gets something. You think you got Tua and his brother in Alabama and mom and pop ain't getting something? Something was gave. It might be under the table, a little hush-hush. But that's, I mean, everything's got to be hush-hush. I mean, how many times in the past 10 years have you seen somebody just come out and say, okay, money was involved, or we got to put these boys on probation or something like that? No, I ain't going down like that. It's hush-hush. I'm pretty sure somebody in Auburn's getting paid. Somebody out there got a little check. You don't think Bo Nix picked to come from Penson to Auburn and be on top of that? Somebody got paid somewhere. It's always some money getting tossed around somewhere. You got Bo Tagovailoa. He said Georgia, Tennessee, or Georgia State, Tennessee. Oh, I mean, Georgia State got paid and they got to win. Tennessee's on the downward spiral, dog, and it's almost over with. You know, they're gonna fight Jeremy Pruitt after the SEC gun. After they play BYU, they're gonna get beat to sleep this weekend by BYU. Chattanooga, they'll win that game. That'll make them one, and then they go and play the SEC gauntlet. That SEC gauntlet, they gotta go to Mississippi State. Let me check it. Let me make sure I'm right. Well, I don't want to give you no wrong information because you want one. I like you. Let's see. Boom. They gotta go play Mississippi State. They got a trip to Tuscaloosa. UAB, Alabama State. It was a good game. Brought the city out. I mean, that was for the city. Alabama ain't getting y'all none of that smoke like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would Alabama come up? I mean, UAB paid the check then. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like a, you know what I'm saying? Like a Taryn and Ingenuit situation. You feel me? He said, what can you say? Tennessee at this point. This is their new coach and they lose. Oh no, he gonna quit. He gonna mar it. Only thing that can save Tennessee right now, first of all, you gotta bring T. Martin. You gotta bring T. Martin down to the field to get him out that box. 2, you're gonna have to let him have full control over the offense. And then you're going to have to sit Garrett Tony ass down. It's time to sit him down because he is terrible. He's terrible. He said, okay, y'all running them in there. Nah, shout out to y'all coming back to him. He said, let me answer the question. Hold on. What can say Tennessee at this point? This is their new coach, and it took them 6 tries to get him. Honestly, Jeremy Pruitt was in over his head. I mean, like let's take a look at the charts. If you coach under Nick Saban, nobody coached under Nick Saban has beat Nick Saban. Or Nick Saban has coached. Nobody has beat Nick Saban. I mean, that's the goal. That is the conversation when hiring a coach that coached under Nick Saban. Can you beat Nick? I mean, and we gonna pay you the big bucks because we want you to beat Nick. Do you think Tennessee really, really hired Jeremy Pruitt to beat Florida? No. You think Jeremy Pruitt was hired to beat Georgia? No. Jeremy Pruitt was hired to beat Alabama. If you've been under Nick Saban for this long, smelling him, and feeling him, now all of a sudden you got your own team and you're able to do it and all that other stuff like that. All coaches that come from over there are still, you know, some are good coordinators. Kirby can't beat Nick. He had him choked out twice. You know, that's my main thing. Like it's not. He said, no. Phil Farmer's in house. I mean, he over some athletic stuff and all that other stuff, but Phil Farmer can't pull him out this hole. The fan, the booster base and the fan base and all that other good stuff, man. It's just Mike Leach go to Tennessee. Mike Leach go to Tennessee, and it might be good, but Tennessee's got to recruit. They got to get a quarterback. They got to get an offensive line. They need some receivers. They need some DBs. They got to recruit. They got to get out there and recruit. They need to be recruiting right now. Instead of watching me, they need to be recruiting right now. They got to recruit too. You know, Phil Farmer, honestly, Phil Farmer can come down to the field and grab the clipboard, but it's not going to change anything. When they had Phil Farmer, they done him dirty. And then they finally got Phil Farmer back. But, I mean, he's over a couple of operations and stuff like that, but he's not making no serious noise, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not right now. And then when you had a chance to get Mike Leach, you went with Jalen Pruitt. That good old boy got to go. It's got to stop. Nobody coaching, no coordinators on Alabama have been successful leaving Nick Saban, except for Kirby. And if you didn't get Kirby, you in trouble. Kirby can't beat Nick either. He done had him choked out twice. He can't beat Nick either. He said, I can't believe in Tennessee. Proving Mississippi State talk money. Yeah, right. Talk money with Cam, not AU, but they want AU dealt with. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know. He said, we talking football today. Shout out to you. Where you been at? He said, what's up with South Carolina? Muschamp. You had him. Florida had him. Muschamp is, he's a good defensive coordinator. That's it. He can't. His bar is here. Defensive coordinator. Coaching, that's too far up. He don't win no games like that, man. He's not head coach material. He can recruit some good defensive players. He can also coach defense. Head coaching responsibilities is not where he at. Not his finest moments. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that is a nice question, Brady Jackson from YouTube. Hypothetically, who beats Saban first, Kirby or Jimbo? That's some heat right there. Y'all gotta go. I bet. Hypothetically, depends on who meets him first this season. If anybody's gonna beat Nick out them two names, it's got to be this season. Georgia has peaked. All the years that Kirby's been there, they peaked, but they can't get over the hump. They stuck in the same conversation Mark Rick is in. Jimbo Fisher at A&M, he's gonna prove to the world Saturday that he belongs in this conference next door to Nick. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly say who gets to him first. And I think Jimbo plays Alabama this year. I had to look that up. That's a good question, though. You had kind of stole me with them. You're going to make me do some hard research. I like it, though. Let's see when Jimbo pull up in Bama. I can get everybody to get off the internet or stairs. I'd probably be able to run something all night. He gets Alabama and Alabama coach. He gets Alabama in October. Early October at that. I think Jimbo beats him first. This year, at that, the reason I give a lot of Alabama looked at real shaky in the first little half. First little quarter of that Duke game. Don't get me wrong, it's the first game of the season. First game of the season, everybody's gonna be a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? First quarter, he's still trying to shake the cobwebs off and all that good stuff. I get that. But this year could be different. It's going to be a lot of shocks. It's going to be a lot of, oh, my gosh. It's going to be a lot of record breaking and record setting. I feel this season is wide open to anybody who wants it more. Because, everybody's got a freshman or lack of depth in positions in all teams. Nobody really is talking Texas A&M. They are really the sleeper team of the SEC because Jimbo Fisher's been in town. This is full year, and he's also brought in He said, I'm too high on Jimbo. He said lost a lot of defense. Yeah, but also has a Kellen Mond, a junior senior quarterback. It's Alabama lost a lot of defense too. Alabama also, they still, don't get me wrong, they still got weapons up top, but it's also, whether we know Nick can coach. We know that. We got that point. Don't matter who the coordinators is, we know Nick can coach, and we know Nick gonna have his team ready. But Kellen Mond has weapons too now. Go back and look at the LSU game. That game went back and forth for a long time. It's like 70 points was thrown up. So, I do think out of Brady Jackson's question, who beats him first? It'll be Jimbo. Kirby has other problems now because Florida's on the rise. Well, we thought Tennessee was going to be on the rise, but that's out of the trash. Bomb. I think if I had to go by Kirby has a lot of things back here he got to deal with. Because Florida, like I said, this the year Florida, I don't say look better, but this the year Florida could peek around that corner and say, what Kirby at? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So Kirby's focus is to win the SEC East. Right? No. LSU, I'll talk LSU just for a bit. LSU has to get the same hump Tennessee has, the same hump everybody in the West has. If you cannot beat Bama, you will always be second. LSU last year had a lot of hype. Joe Burrow, a lot of hype running into the season. They beat Miami at the beginning. They beat some good teams, and they was looking good. And then the comeback on Auburn, they looked good. And then they got to Bama and couldn't move football down the field, couldn't score a point. So if I had to go by LSU can show me that LSU has the greatest team run through the SEC gauntlet. But when they get to Alabama, they have to show that they can beat Bama. Period. You can rank LSU number one, and they can be number one all year. But the moment they get to Alabama, they seem to can't play football. And they have not beat Bama in the past 5 years. That's how Les Miles got out the back door. You got to be able to beat a man. You got to beat the man. And Nick is the man in the West. Gus, he pops out every now and then. There's more competition in the West now. You got Jimbo, Gus. And on the side note, if you don't see your team in that background, it's because you did not give me a cup, a keychain, a ball cap. You ain't got to give me your jersey. I got plenty on. But if you don't see your team back there in the back, it's not my fault. It's your fault. So let's get it going. But as far as LSU goes, LSU has to prove, LSU has to beat Bama. Every game on the schedule does not matter because they can go undefeated until they get to Bama. They have to beat Bama. That's the only way we can take LSU serious. That is the only way. Other than that, can't take them serious. You can only just be, all right, LSU good again this year up until they get to Bama. You can't play for the SEC title in the West unless you beat Bama. You got to go through Bama to get to wherever you're trying to go. If you're trying to travel across, coming from Baton Rouge, you got to pull up in Alabama. You got to stop in Tuscaloosa and talk to Nick because nothing comes out of the West unless they done beat Nick. Iron Bowl might be good. Hey, okay, yeah, it's too early to talk about that. It's just week one. It's just week one. I don't know. I enjoyed y'all, though. I appreciate y'all pulling out them comments and all that other good stuff. That's what we got to do. We got to help each other out. In order for me to build a good show, you guys got to be tuned in too. And shout out to Brady Jackson, man, for coming through, catching us live and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give y'all something that y'all ain't put to work yet. It's still in the process, in the making, but the call-in line works, you know what I'm saying? So I guess as the season goes on, we'll start working it in and getting it all in there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be Paul Feinbaum, you feel me? I'm trying to be in the same conversation. You know, you ain't got to talk much about me, you feel me? Just put it out there. I do got new concepts on new shirts for the Never Knows podcast, and we do got new gear coming out and all that good stuff, but this my for real gotta go situation. But like I said, new everything, new set, new content, new everything, and try to bring y'all a show at least 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all keep pulling up and supporting, I'm gonna keep putting it out there, and you know, we gonna do big things together. So my next show probably be Thursday morning, probably Thursday about 1 o'clock in the evening. So between 11, 12, and 1, I drop a little update on Facebook and let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, from the Neff G's channel, the Neff G's page on Facebook. I let everybody know what time and all that stuff like that. Might do it like I did today and just send you a tell me I'm gonna be live. Come get me. You know what I'm saying? But and then the next show probably take place probably Monday because I'll be out of town, and that's all I got though, for real. If y'all like my intro, I had I know you liked it, the first one with the on back, but YouTube and Facebook said we'll copyright it. You know what I'm saying? They'll copyright you, so you know what I'm saying. I had to go find another beat, but the beat on the intro, we actually gonna drop the repetition remix, and that's featuring Drix. Or Drix will be doing my intro, so stay on the lookout for that. Stay on the lookout for our new clothing line, 28 the World. And I'm out for real. This Neff. Y'all get at me. Appreciate you. Holla at me. You see, my damn mic went even on, but I appreciate everybody who showed me some love, man, that came through and hollered at me, man. Everything done by few, done by few. Holla at few. I'm out of there. Shout out.